for now, let's continue on with the next level. Flying machine. Some balls are lighter than other balls. Before we begin, let's see what the sign says. Open the gates and fly, monkeys, fly! But don't forget about me, okay? Sincerely, the sign painter. Oh, sign painter, I could never forget you. So we have here two new types of goo balls. We have these pink ones and these black ones. These black ones, you can't build with them or anything. In fact, they don't really seem to be doing much. These pink ones are balloon goo balls. You can attach them to certain things, and in this case, it lifts up the gate. Up it goes. And we should do the same thing with this one. Now that the path's open, all we have to do is take these last two balloon goo balls and attach them to the goo right here. And up it goes. So in this case, rather than building a tower, you just have to use the balloons to get to the pipe. Where is the pipe, you might ask? All the way up here. Aside from the first level, this is probably the easiest level in the game. Just thought I ought to warn you beforehand. Alright, looks like the path's split. We can either go to Fisty's Bog or Tumblr. Oh, let's do Tumblr. I hope we can do Facebook next. Let's see what the sign says. A new species of goo ball. I must say, they look quite beautiful. Maybe they have commitment anxiety? I'm not sure. But it looks like they can be easily detached from one another. The helpful sign painter. That awkward moment when goo balls have the same mental issues as I do. Anyway, let's see here. The pipe is up here. We need to get these goo balls up here. And as the sign was saying, these goo balls are special because once you place them, you can pick them up and detach them, which is definitely helpful in a level like this where it keeps falling over. I honestly don't really think there's a good strategy to this level. You just keep building as high as you can. I mean, we'll get there eventually. Ah! Oh well, that's fine. We just keep building up. Keep building towards the pipe. That's the main play of the game. Hey, we made it to the pipe. And we got enough goo balls. Great! Wait. Get in there! Yes! Just detach. You can also detach some of these goo balls and add them if you want. Alright. Now that the thing's fallen over, I'm gonna move on to the next level. But yeah, these green ivy goo balls are probably some of my favorites in the game, just because of how useful they are. Let's do Ivy Towers next. Something tells me we're going to be seeing the green balls again. Oh yep, there they are. If a goo ball falls into a well 10 meters deep and climbs up 3 meters each day, but slides down 2 meters at night, would he still look fabulous in the morning? Maybe if he were to brace against the walls as hard as he could leave the ground behind. Your friend, the sign painter. Alright, funny riddles aside, the sign painter actually provides some helpful information. In order to beat this level, we have to build up, but as you can see, the pipe is all the way up there, and we only have a couple of a couple of goo balls to work with. And as you can see, I've run out of goo balls. So what we have to do is we have to use the power of friction as our friend and detach some of these lower goo balls. And since this goo structure thing is still braced up against the walls here, we just gotta keep building up. Again, this is a really creative use of the goo balls. And it looks like we have another message from the sign painter. 2 in 1 level? That's a rare treat. Some winners are bigger than other winners! Look in each area's menu for more important information. With distinction, the sign painter. Okay, so real fast, what he's talking about there is you go to the menu, and then you click on the button that says OCD. The Obsessive Completion Distinction Criteria. Every level has an OCD requirement. In this case, it's collect 16 or more goo balls. Personally, I'm not going to worry about completing the OCD objective. I'm just going to work on beating the level and then moving on. Because a lot of these OCD levels really isn't worth it. So for now, just keep building up. That's all you got to do. And make sure that the tower is evenly braced on both sides, because if you don't, it'll fall, and that would be bad. Oh, check it out. We're almost to the end. One more? Yes! Perfect! Looks like we only needed 2 goo balls. Let's see if we can get a couple more, though. There's 5. Oh. There's 6. There's 7. Ah, dang it, it fell. I was 1 short of the OCD as well. That's fine. Alright, next up, let's actually go here. Let's do Fisty's Bog. Not too high, not too low. Just right. We got this big weird gray frog with gears in the back. Let's see what the sign says. Fisty swore he would never be like those tadpoles that grow up and shoot colored gems out of their mouths. But he wondered what it might be like. The sign painter. Okay, real fast, that whole shooting colored gems out of the mouth thing is a reference to a game called Zuma. I'll put up some pictures just so you can get an idea of what it's like. A lot of people say this is one of the harder levels in the game. It can be tricky if you don't know what you're doing. As you can see, there are spikes on the ceiling and on the ground, and if this structure thing hangs too low, the goo balls will die. So what we need to do is we need to keep this thing afloat with the balloons. But we can't let it get too high or else the spikes up here will pop the balloons. So it's all about balance. In a way, it's kind of like the story of Icarus. You know, not too high and not too low. Honestly, there isn't much to this level aside from a whole lot of concentration and precision, and of course, checking the messages from the sign painter. Pop a time bug to go back in time by 1 move. The traveling sign painter. Yeah, these little white bugs here, if you click on them, it'll actually undo the last move you did. If there ever comes a time where I mess up, then I will most definitely use one. And trust me, there will come a time. You can also move the balloon goo right like that. Careful, we don't want it to get too high now. Since I can't think of anything else to talk about, I think I'll just speed up the rest of this level. Oh, careful. Okay, we're safe. Barely. Go up, go up. There we go. We did it. Hey, and we didn't even lose a single goo ball. Nice. Come on. Come on. Can the pink ones not go? I guess the pink ones can't go in the pipe. That's fine. I just heard a balloon pop. No! No! Oh. It fell. All my hard work. That's unfortunate.